Hi, I'm Lauren.
And I'm Kristyna.
And this is our podcast, Let's Chew the Fat.
Hello. We're back.
We are. And today we're going to talk about habits and routines that we have in our lives and here versus when we're at home. Yeah, we're just going to deep dive into that topic. But as always, we're going to do the weekly recap. But this time it's going to be a bit different because we're on an interesting recording schedule, okay? Because of sickness and traveling and life. So for this episode, we're just going to focus on the weekend of Barcelona, basically.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
We have
in the last episode, we were like, yeah, we're going to record it basically in 2 days. And then we didn't.
Yeah.
That was the one you got sick,
yeah.
right? So we're recording it next week. It's a little bit of a mess. We're trying to manage. We're trying to record as much as possible so we don't miss any episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now we're just going to talk about Barcelona.
Exactly.
So, let's go. The trip that literally, you know, the definition of like on Instagram, the trip that made it out of the group chat.
It struggled.
I don't even know how it came about, though.
I don't know. The other day, my friend asked me that. Like, why did you go to Barcelona? And I was like,
I don't know.
Paula just wanted to go to Barcelona. Like, after Castellón, she was like, okay, next up, Barcelona. And I don't know why.
Okay, so
we just kind of ran with it.
Yeah. And after Castellón, we were like, yeah, we like this traveling together. So maybe we're like, let's plan this trip together. And we did. We did the, what is it called? Like with the dates?
The doodle.
We did the doodle.
I had to make a doodle. And the doodle gave us 0 weekends, remember? At first, I looked at the result and we didn't have a single weekend that worked for all of us.
But then I think we took the one that had the most votes and then asked
somebody to change.
Was it just one person or two? I think just one person who technically like couldn't go, but then somehow they could because we were like, we have no other date.
I mean, it's insane. And this was at the beginning of the semester. So this was throughout 3 or 4 months, basically.
Yeah. And so we managed to get a date, which was April 21st to 23rd. And little did we know, it's going to be a holiday in Barcelona, which was San Jordi, which is
the National Day of Catalonia. I don't know how to say that word in English.
Me neither.
Basically, it's like their celebration of Catalonia, but it's also like their Valentine's Day. And there's a whole story behind it with a dragon and the princess and flowers. Yeah. But the thing is, there's books everywhere and there's flowers everywhere. And it was the most beautiful thing.
It was crazy because there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
In the city, like in general, we were like, what is this? Like, technically it's not season yet, like the prime season.
Tourist
season.
But
but the thing is, it's super warm now everywhere. So, like, it is, like, people do travel now. So, there were a lot of people. But it was just great. Like, honestly, I was a little bit worried before we went because the thing is, organizing the whole thing was very crazy because we were initially 6 people, right? But we were trying to find an accommodation that wouldn't be expensive, but it would be somewhere in the center because we found one.
A beautiful
place.
This
is beautiful. This is not expensive at all. Like
Balcony,
it has a beautiful
sea
big. It was like a proper terrace, with a sea view. And then we realized it was like an hour from the actual city.
I mean, it was in a different town, basically.
And we even considered doing that. We were
did.
like, it'd be really nice because it looked beautiful in the pictures. But we needed to see the city. We didn't have a lot of time. So then we were still searching. And then I found a hostel that had a room for 8. So then we were trying to look for 2 other people so we could split the cost. And in the end, we did. But it was so messy. So in the end, we were 9 people.
Coming from different directions. Yeah, because Sara was coming up from Castellón too. We had people coming up from Valencia. We had us.
Yeah. So in the end, we did manage. I had to message multiple people every day. But we made it. And then I was also worried because I was like, we had the trip planned from one of Paula's friends or colleagues, co-workers.
Who lives there.
Who lives there. So I don't know. Somehow the plan, I didn't know a lot about Barcelona. So like when I saw the plan, I was like, this is so many things. Like
It looked intense.
right? Like to me, it felt like it's more about really like seeing everything that's there rather than like enjoying this as a like trip with my girls, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, in the end, I didn't have any better options. So, I mean, we just kind of went with it. And in the end, it was fine.
Yeah, and to be honest, it was kind of nice to not have to like plan everything.
Oh, I was having the time of my life. I don't think I ever looked at Google Maps. People were just telling me to like which metro I had to go to, which stop I had to get off. It was basically mostly Sara and Paula, and it was a great time.
Yeah. It felt a little bit like out of my comfort zone because I am always the one who like plans stuff. But like I said, it was nice because I didn't have to come up with a plan and be stressed about like, oh, we're there, so we have to use our time to the fullest, which we did anyways, but it wasn't like stressful at all in the end.
No. Yeah. The only thing is we didn't sleep much, but like the days, the days weren't like insanely packed, you know? Mm-hmm. Like Saturday, we even got kind of tired. So then we just went back to the hostel for like 2 hours and relaxed a bit, recharged, went out again in the evening. Like we did have that time in between.
Yeah. And I was super happy that because this hostel came with breakfast, like it was included in price. It was very cheap. I think it was cheap because of my mom's like booking account. Like I forgot about that. I think we had it like way cheaper because of that discount, but in general like it was pretty cheap since the breakfast was included and like the common spaces were like really nice. They had a terrace, so it was really great because we didn't have to like every morning think about, oh, we need to eat breakfast first, blah blah blah, because we technically like had to do that with lunch and dinner. So it was nice that we had this one meal out of the way.
And lunch and dinner was a bit of a struggle. Like to find something that wasn't too expensive, and then
I mean, for me, it worked because I packed sandwiches.
Me too, but it was never enough.
Really? For me, it was fine.
No,
but because the first
I would
day
literally eat the sandwich,
one.
and then that's true. That was my mistake the first time.
I had two, plus I had the piece of fruit.
Yeah, and I didn't get my piece of fruit. I guess that was the issue because I ate my I was like, oh, it's fine. I have lunch. I have my sandwich, and then other people were ordering like I think KFC, and I was like, I need more. So then I also ordered KFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of traditional food we ate. First, we went to an Italian place, then McDonald's, KFC, McDonald's, grocery store. I think that's it.
Yeah. But it was like such a nice trip in the end because it really felt like, you know, like when we were in like all of us in one room in the hostel, we were playing music, we were braiding our hair, we were like borrowing makeup from each other, you know. It was literally like the definition, I would say, maybe of like a girl's trip. And it was super nice because I missed that so much because like we do hang out with each other, but it's mostly in school. Then sometimes we do like a trip, but only like a 1-day trip or something, you know. And I miss this so much because like I love traveling. I do that in summer. I do it with my friends. So it was nice that we could do it here, you know?
Yeah, it was super nice, like hanging out of the context of university and also without like talking about university. Yeah. Because we were, I mean, timing wise, it wasn't great because we had a lot to do with the university. But I think we were all just like, let's forget about it for these 3 days. So, except for one spreadsheet assignment that had to be done.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, it was just nice to like remove ourselves from that too.
And on Sunday we went to the book fair event that was there, which is super cool. Like there were so many authors just like being in their stand underneath their tent signing books, which is like so crazy to me because I didn't like, I know about book signings when like it's mostly like big authors who have like an event for themselves, but I've never heard of anything like this, and it's so crazy, and I love it because I love books, and like you get the opportunity to like meet the author and have it signed, and it was cool. It was poorly organized, we have to say.
I was gonna say the execution not so great because there were a lot of. I mean, I was expecting people. I wasn't expecting that many people. I mean, I don't know how to explain this, but walking was a challenge. Standing was a challenge because people would just sitting was a challenge.
Somebody used me as a stool.
I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot.
It was. but it was a really nice trip.
Yeah.
I'm glad we did it.
Yeah.
We have amazing memories from that. I still need to post my Barcelona photo, but I have so many like things I need to post, but I absolutely don't have time. So I go through it because I want to, make it pretty.
Right.
I have like real ideas, but I'm just like, I don't have time for it.
And it's catching up with you because now you have Barcelona. Then you have Valencia.
I know.
Soon you're going to have Malaga. You'll manage.
You'll manage. About it.
Yeah. But wait, just to end this, what was your highlight? Like one thing, one event, one whatever highlight of the trip?
You go first. If you have one, you go first because I have to think.
Okay. I thought I didn't have one, but I think I would have to say we went to this one bar, and then after the bar, did you forget about it?
Yeah. The thing is, there's so much happening in my life right now. My brain is just like leaving things out. It's, like my phone. I have to keep deleting things because it doesn't have any more storage.
Yeah. No, at first I forgot it too. Then I was like, no, wait, this thing happened. We went to this bar, and then afterwards we were like, okay, let's go home. Like it was getting kind of late, like metro-wise, so we wanted to catch the last metro or something like that. And we walked out in the direction of the metro, and all of a sudden there was this party on like this plaza thingy in the middle of Barcelona, with a bunch of people dancing. There were drinks. I mean, there was a stage. It was a whole like organized event. And so we joined and we sung and we danced, and it was so much fun. And they played Breaking Free from High School Musical, which was the most random thing because it was all Spanish song for the most part, like Spanish like hits or classics or whatever. A lot of which I didn't know either. A lot of which I have a Zumba routine too. And out of nowhere, I heard the first chord and I was like, there is no way.
Yeah. I didn't hear it in the beginning, I think. And I was like, what is this? And I was like, High School Musical.
And I think, that whole like evening there was super fun.
For me, I would say the bar part maybe was my highlight because we were trying to look for a bar to have like cocktails at because we wanted to like go out. It was our like last night. So we wanted to have drinks and we were trying to look for a place that obviously like wasn't super expensive, but we just kept like finding stuff on Google Maps, but then they either didn't exist or they were full. Yeah. Then in the end, we found this bar that was completely something else that like from what we saw on Instagram, it had the same name. I don't know.
I still don't understand that.
I think that account was fake, but I don't know why they would put so much
effort into a fake account.
Because it was beautiful, but they didn't have any phone number, any email, website. But they had
stories and everything, They had the highlights. I mean, it was really well done. Good for you.
But then I was like, one last try. So I found something. And then in the end, like when we were really close to the place, I was like, ooh, this street has like more places. I think we finally found something. We came in. It had like, it was pretty empty, I would say, which it was already like 9 or something. Wow. So I was like, but Spanish people. And so we came in. It had like this elevated table, like higher table for all of us, like we fit there. So we sat down. The cocktails were amazing. Like they tasted so good. They weren't even that expensive because they also had like this deal where you could buy 2 for 1. Yeah. So
it was really nice.
Yeah. I really loved that bar. Like the people there were nice. The interior was beautiful. And we had so much fun. Like I also miss this because whenever we go out for drinks, we don't go in the evening. Like usually we go in the afternoon to just like, not even a bar. Like
we go at like 10 a.m.
Yeah, so like
a bar.
You get colacao, you get pineapple juice. I'm always the one who at least has like tinto de verano or something.
At 10 a.m.
This was really nice for me because we had a like night out.
It was super
nice. The cocktails look great, so maybe that's my highlight.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, main topic. As Lauren said in the beginning, we're doing routines and habits, which, again, as we said in the last episode, we forgot why we wanted to talk about this. Because, I mean, to be honest, like we had our last meeting in
early March. Yeah.
Early.
When my sister was here.
Which was when?
Early March.
Yeah. So it was a long time ago, but we had so many ideas that we just put them in the calendar. And maybe we should take notes when we come up with an idea. Maybe we should take notes like what we
I think so.
But we're just going to talk about like our routines here, like what we do regularly every day, maybe compare it a little bit to the past and like how now it's different being abroad and like living on our own. And maybe some habits that we're trying to implement in those routines and have them in our lives.
We're just going to wing it.
Yeah. So let's go. Let's start maybe with morning routine.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do when you wake up? When do you wake up?
It depends. It really depends.
On what?
On my energy level. No, on how much I have to do, and also on my energy level. I feel like normally I like wake up like by myself the first time at like 8:30. Then I'll kind of, I feel like get up. I usually get up at like 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what do you do?
And then I go on my phone. I know that that's a problem, but the thing is, I kind of need it to wake up. It helps me wake up. It's probably not the best way to wake up because it's just a bunch of information at your head.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I also need to see if somebody messaged me, which is also not great because then you're bombarded by a bunch of messages of things that people were doing in the middle of the night when you were already asleep. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I know it's not ideal. Like, it would be better to read or something. But I do that for a bit to, like, wake up. And then I usually, I get dressed first because, like, my brain needs that in order to, like, if I have to be productive, like, then I need to get dressed first. Then I go to the bathroom, do my whole thing, nothing crazy, and then I go eat breakfast. And that's kind of, I can't really mess with that. Like, it really throws me off if, like, I eat breakfast first because, like, I don't know, I have to because, like, somebody's in the bathroom or what do I know. But, like, that really throws me off for some reason.
You know, it's really interesting to me because, like, I feel like I have so much more routine in my life now than I had maybe when I, like, in high school or, like, when I was living at home. I feel like maybe the difference was with high school that I had to get up like so early that there was basically like no routine. Exactly. It was just like get up, brush my teeth, eat, and run to school.
Yeah.
I guess. So maybe.
And I feel like also back then, like my whole life was one big routine. I feel like I had less freedom to come up with my own little routines and habits within the schedule that I already had because I had so much going on and so many things that I had to do at a specific time, whereas now I have more freedom to kind of create these things.
Yeah. My morning routine. I mean, it's also nothing crazy. I wake up like time-wise in the summer or when it's like when the sun comes out early, I wake up, I don't know, around 8 or something. I don't know, because my body is just, let's get up. Which, I mean, I love.
Honestly.
Because I feel like if
amazing.
you wake up early in the morning, like, because I feel like the first half of the day is, like, so short. And I guess I do see the day as, like, split into 2 parts. And the first one is, like, so short. So, like, if you get up at 10, you know, before you get ready, blah, 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 you start doing stuff at 11, 11:30. It's already the first half of the day is somehow gone. And I love doing things in the first half of the day.
I love lunch coming along and me already having, like, gotten a good amount done.
Because I think I also have, like, the most energy because I just wake up. Like, I have, you know, the energy from sleep and even, like, motivation because it's, like, a new day. It's a new day. Do you know that song? It just came to my mind. So I love to, like, get up early. I think, maybe last year. I don't know. Like, the time when I wake up also, like, varies a little bit. It's not like a difference of 8 and 11. But, like, I used to wake up at 7, like, by myself. Like, I felt rested. And it was great. Because I wouldn't get up immediately. Like, what I do is I wake up. I also, like, probably check my phone if, like, something happened or I don't know. I don't think I'm on my phone, like, for a long time in the morning. I just need to see, like, if anybody messaged me. I just need to check everything, right?
Yeah.
And then I do Duolingo because if I do it in the morning, I get double points in the evening. And I also try to read. Lately, it hasn't been going really well because the thing is, when I wake up, I also have to take my medication. I have to like take it before I eat, like 30 minutes. So my brain is always like, I drink it, or like I swallow the medication. I do Duolingo, and then like also checking my phone, and it's already like half the an hour. So I'm like, now I should get up and eat, which technically like I can wait longer. Like it's not bad. I have to do at least 30 minutes. And then sometimes I don't get to like the reading part. But I try to read in the evening. So that is my morning.
My issues with morning is just that, I don't know, maybe this happens to other people too, hopefully, please. That like when I wake up, my anxiety is insane. So I feel like that's why I need to, and I'm not good at this, but ideally I would wake up and get started with my day as soon as possible. I feel like that's why I struggle to have like, I mean, technically it would probably also solve the problem, but to have like cute little things where I read or like I write in my journal for a little bit or something like that. I realized that maybe that would solve my problem with anxiety too, but in my head I'm just like, I'm so anxious about like everything that I need. I don't know, my anxiety is just the highest. Sometimes I don't even have a reason for it. That in my head I'm like, okay, like get up, get dressed, and get started, because then the anxiety will decrease. So I think that's why I have like a very limited routine in the morning too.
Yeah, I think like when I have anxiety, I have it like rather in the evening when I go to sleep than in the morning.
Really? Mine is fine. Like in the evening, all is well in my world. I mean, not always. Like, if I have something the next day, but like way calmer. Way calmer.
For example, I don't think it was a like full-on panic attack, but like I came from Valencia, and I even arrived, like a good time. Like I caught the trains and everything. Like it was fine. I was home at like midnight, and then I was just like trying to clean up a little bit, like my room and stuff. And I went to sleep at like 12:30, 12:40, and then I couldn't fall asleep. I think I fell asleep at like 2:30, and I felt this like weird anxiety, but I was like exhausted, so I didn't even open my eyes. I tried to do like my breathing exercises, but I forgot to take my allergy medication yesterday. So like my nose was very like stuffed, so it was hard to like do the breathing exercise also while laying down. But like in the end I fell asleep. It wasn't anything crazy. I think I handled it like fine, but I was like, what is happening?
Maybe it just all hit you. Like you were back.
Yeah.
You were back in the environment where you have a lot to do,
Yeah. And also, you know what I realized? Like, I mean, maybe I'll talk about it tomorrow in the episode. But watch us not record tomorrow.
Oh my God. No,
we will.
No,
we have
to. We will.
But I came home to Madrid. This is crazy. And like I think there's not trauma, but like this memory in my head where whenever I would come from somewhere, like for example last year, like if I went on a trip to see my mom somewhere in another city and I would come here, like I would feel awful, like I would be so sad, homesick, like I wouldn't be here. But now like I'm happy here and I'm fine. But like when I was saying goodbye to Adela, or like when we were in the metro going to the train station, I was like, I'm gonna be alone again. And I was fine. But I remember, like my brain remembered last year, like when it used to happen to me a lot. And then like at night I was standing in the bathroom. I was like, like I'm fine. But I like, you kind of feel, it's not like you're feeling it in that moment, but you just remember like how it felt.
Right.
And it was so crazy because like I said, I was fine, but it was just like these two like mixed things. I was like, this is crazy, but it's like a huge progress, I think, that like I felt completely fine. Like I didn't cry, I felt happy. I mean, maybe it's also because like my head is so full of university stuff. Yeah. And we're so stressed that there wasn't space for that, but that was cool.
But that's great. That is cool that you didn't cry.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask something else. Oh, I once had this coworker who said that like she doesn't have a single like routine or like habit in her life that she does like consistently and regularly. Like nothing in her day she does the same way every single day.
Okay.
Which blew my mind. But the question is, do you think you're very like heavily like routine and habits based?
I was gonna, when you were asking the question, I was also gonna like ask
Oh,
you
sorry.
if you no like just like a question if you like routines in general, but I can answer first and then we can get back to
go ahead.
The thing is, I love traditions, which like has something to do with this, believe me.
No,
I'm not just like going on a rant. I think I like a certain type of routines, but I also don't love when things are like stagnant and it's all the same, because like that gets boring to me, I guess. But I do like certain, it doesn't have to be like I have to do everything the same every day, but I need like certain little things that I do that it makes me like feel like me and like somehow stable.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't necessarily think, like, for example, I love to have a routine like in like during semesters when we have school, but then when I come home over the summer, like it's completely like all of that goes out the window. I feel like, even like my reading, not schedule, but like my reading in general, or when I do Duolingo, like it's just like so random. So I guess it also is like connected to certain like events or like to school, for example, stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. So do you like routines? Because I know that like some people like hate routines and they don't have any. They're like, I don't want to do the same every day.
Or some people desperately need them.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a complicated relationship with routines because I feel like I like them, as in like I crave them and I need like a certain type of routine in my life. But also when I have those routines and they just like, I guess when they spread over like a long period of time, I start panicking a little bit. Okay. And because I feel like I'm stuck like in a same like routine and rhythm, and I feel like my life's not going anywhere. Again. Wow, look at you today.
Another song that's connected to this.
And I kind of start to panic and I'm like, I need to do something desperately that's not within a routine now. So I feel like it's back and forth. I feel like I do need like you said, like the little things. Like I can be completely out of my like routine and comfort zone, but I will still be doing my morning routine the same way, and then I'm fine.
Yeah. I realized I also like medium time, like not like, no, term.
Medium?
Like long term, but I was medium term.
Okay.
Routine in a sense where, for example, I love that I have like body cross twice a week, like given on a certain day and time, because I love to use it as like a time, like something where I can compare like how far along I am in the week, or like how many, like especially now here studying abroad, having a semester, like I think about certain like moments and events, and according to that, like I establish like how much time do I have left, and like with like it helps me with the sense of time, I would say, so like if I have body cross on Monday and Wednesday, so like if after body cross on Wednesday I'm like, okay, like the week is ending, I'll have weekend, and like that.
What I think I really love, like maybe that's why I like university, I don't know. But you have these like not short term, I guess medium term. It's a good term. Yeah. Medium term routines, because like you have one semester, which is like 3 months. You get into your routines, you get into your habits throughout that semester, but it never gets to the point where you're like, oh my God, my life isn't going anywhere, or I need to like escape from these routines, because then you have summer. You have a different type of thing going on, and then a new semester with a new schedule, which forces you again to create new like routines and habits around that. So it's always fine. Like I feel like it always changes when I need it to change, so you never get stuck.
That's true. And I kind of like having like, again, like connected to university and semesters, I like that we have kind of a little bit of a like different routine every year or every semester, because then like when you think back at or look back at all these semesters and stuff, like you don't see it as one whole thing where you don't remember what happened. I mean, of course, we don't remember what happened. No. Exactly. We do have issues with that. But like, like you separated, you differentiated. Exactly. And I really like it about that. Although it always scares me, like where we're at the end of the semester, because I'm like, ugh, like now I knew what's coming at me when I had what classes. I already knew my professors. Now it's, the like 50-50. Is it going to be fine? Is it not going to be fine again? So it is a little bit scary, but we always adapt.
Because I always like the little world that I'm stuck in throughout the semester. And whenever a new semester comes, it is a little bit like you have to kind of start over, because you're like, oh wait, based on these classes, when am I gonna eat lunch? When am I gonna do my weekly grocery shopping thing? Like even this semester in the beginning, I was like, oh, I'll go grocery shopping on Mondays always. But I realized that doesn't work. So now it's on Wednesday. So I kind of figured it out finally, my like little habits throughout the week.
Yeah.
And then you start all over.
I think routines are also really nice because, like, for example, I used to, like, throughout the semester, on Wednesday, I would go to Bodycross, like, I would have class at blah, blah, blah. It was a little bit complicated, but, like, then I went to Bodycross, then I went to the spa, and then after I finished the spa, like, I washed my hair there, I did the whole, like, self-care thingy, and I was done with that, like, for the week. And then somehow it got really complicated because I didn't have time to go to the spa or something. So lately I haven't. And like the thing is, I always have to think about like when I'm going to wash my hair. Yeah. Like when do I need to do it because I have this trip coming up. So I think with like routine thingies like this, even like smaller ones, it's great because it helps you like do the things you want to, but you don't have to constantly think about like when I'm gonna do this, when I'm gonna do this, and
like, I think it allows you to focus more of your like energy and thoughts on things that actually need like your focus at that point. Like if you have a lot going on, I think it's great to have like these certain routines set in place because you do them automatically without thinking, and then you can focus your brain capacity on other things.
Exactly. So, yeah, I had some other point. Ooh, like when you were saying like the routines with semesters, I also see it as, since it's like kind of unique to each semester, I see it as like when we finish the semester, we finish the routines and everything. I see it as like something we've accomplished, we've finished, and now we have it like in our little memory box in our head, and then we're going to move on like to another one.
That's true.
And I like that.
Yeah. And did you grow up with a lot of routine? Because I feel like some parents are very much like, children, all they need is routine. They need like a set bedtime. They need like a set meal time, and everything needs to be the same, and children thrive on that. Whereas other people are like, no, the child can just do whatever. Like just come along for the ride, basically. Like what was your approach?
My parents were kind of like in the middle. Like they for sure were like an extreme of like, you have to go to bed at this hour, you have to do this and this. I think they tried like with certain things, like for example, they wanted us to have like a music instrument lessons every week, a sport every week, like these kind of things. But I don't think there were any like strict, like I don't remember having any crazy like routine and having to comply with that, anything like that. What about you?
I'm thinking, and I feel like, I don't know, at the time I didn't really, like it wasn't like this system that was like opposed on me. I don't know. But I feel like because of my parents' jobs too, it just kind of like ended up being that way. That I feel like we did have pretty much like this rhythm going that was very similar throughout, at least I would say like the first 10 years of my life. After that, everything, I mean, you get more freedom, you get more independence, and you kind of create your own like habits and routines. But we did have very much, like we always ate at 12 and at 6. We ate breakfast obviously before school. And we did have like a set like bedtime routine too. Like we would start watching TV at 7. Then we had got like 30 minutes of TV time. 7:30 we would have to go get ready. So we'd have 30 minutes to get ready, and then 8 o'clock in bed. Like there was that whole thing going on. But I think a lot of it had to do with my parents' jobs. Like obviously like they would come home at 12 to cook. So we would eat then. They would come home, so we'd have dinner at 6, But I feel like maybe I did have more routine than other kids my age. Because I remember like people, like kids playing outside still after dinner, and I would never be allowed to go play outside again after dinner. And I would, this was so sad. I would be laying in bed because during summer, like other kids would be able to stay up later, right? And I lived in like a big neighborhood where it was just a bunch of kids, and there weren't any like big streets, so we were just able to roam around. It was the best. But I would lay in bed at like 8 o'clock, still light outside, right? Because it's summer. And you would hear all the kids playing outside, all of your friends still hanging out. And I'm laying in bed, I can't fall asleep. That's a really sad memory. But other than that, it just came to me. But so we did have like those routines, which you could not mess with. But honestly, we didn't really try to mess with them.
I just remember my mom didn't want us to like sleep in a lot in the mornings, like on the weekends, but like it wasn't any routine. Like I remember, because obviously during the week you have to wake up for school and stuff, and then in the evening we just wanted to chill and like lay in our beds. But my mom was like, no, let's go outside, let's do stuff, let's clean the house. But like it wasn't any like specific routine. The only thing it kind of comes to my mind, or like a memory, is when we used to go to like take swimming lessons when we were like really young. And I don't know if my parents like switched, like who took us when, but I mostly remember my dad taking us. And then so we would always go all together. We would have the swimming lesson, then afterwards we would shower, our dad would blow our hair, and then we used to watch this like series for kids, but we couldn't like go home and watch it because we wouldn't arrive in time. So we used to go to my grandma's that like lived near. We would watch it there, and then we would go home. I think it was also Fridays. I don't know why I remember it like that. So I remember that as a cute like little memory, maybe a little bit of like a routine, but yeah, I don't know. And then I have one more question, which is, do you have any like small habits that you try to like implement into your either like life regularly, or maybe a day or once a week, like something that is like important to you and you want to like do it regularly in your life?
That's a good question. Let me think. Do I not? The thing is, right now I have zero habit. Like everything's chaotic. So I'm trying to think of before life got chaotic. What was I doing then?
Yeah, now
it's all over the place. Yeah. It's a weird time to do this episode, honestly. Sure. I don't know. I mean, there's things that I try to do. I just feel like I'm very unsuccessful at them. Like I do them for a certain amount of time and then it all falls apart. Like now, for example. But for a while, I did have like the habit of like reading for 15 minutes before going to bed. And then I would also, this is actually very nice, and I should start doing this because it really like helps me feel better. And I feel like I've mentioned it a couple of times, but whatever, it's fine. we're just recycling content here. But I have this little book which I got from a friend, and I like to, in the evening, like I write down all of the things that happened throughout the day that made me happy. And it can be like the smallest thing, like my lunch. I cooked this lunch for myself and it was amazing. Or like this one assignment for class went really well. Or I finally did the Excel exercise. Anything like that, just anything that like sparked like joy within me throughout the day. And I really like it because then I try to do it before going to bed. And then you look back at a day that might seem like very basic and very simple and very average because it was just another day of classes. But you realize that even within that day, there were a bunch of moments that were actually like happy moments and made the day like worthwhile. So I tried to do that. I did it for like 2 months and then it all fell apart when April started, basically. But I really tried to do that.
Okay.
So maybe that. What about you?
I was thinking about it, and I don't know. Because I also, like, I try... Well, now, like you said, it's all falling apart. But I try to, like, read every day. At least a little bit. Because I love it. I don't even know why... Because when I think about it, when people set this goal, like, maybe they don't like reading. And they, like, just want to read because... like it's good for you or something. Right. But I love reading. But maybe it's like the opposite where like I want to read so bad, but I don't have time, or like I prioritize other things. Yeah. So I used to try to do that.
Same.
And I mean, again, like do Duolingo every day because I want to like keep practicing my languages. And I wanted to implement like reading one article a day, which technically it seems crazy to me because like some people would read a whole newspaper every morning, you know? And now, like, I don't know. And to me, like, even reading one article, it's like, okay, like, it's a lot of time.
It is a lot because you're not used to it. I feel like we're used to, like, because I go on the news app every day, but I just kind of read the headline. I know this is bad, and like we're studying journalism, so not great. But I kind of read the headline. If something's interesting, I'll like fly through it. But I don't think I ever sit down and like read the whole article.
Exactly, and I really want to do that more. From time to time, I do. But at least what I've tried to do now is read the morning briefing from New York Times.
I was gonna
every
say
morning.
I tried to.
So at least
that
like,
also
I'm
fell
caught
apart,
up.
but
Yeah,
I
that
was
also
trying
fell
to do
apart
it.
But yeah, I try to do that because like I want to be informed. It's also not only about like being informed, but sometimes like it's really interesting and it's just like educative, you know? To learn some new things. So I like that. But it's also like I want to like implement it into like my morning routine more where I had like literally whenever I wake up I would grab my phone, I would do Duolingo.
Yeah.
And then maybe I would read and like add one more thing. But the
and
thing
it shouldn't be that difficult. Like I go on my phone every morning anyway,
exactly.
So just go on that.
It's just I have to like build up the habit of actually like going the app and reading a whole article. Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah.
Anything more you want to add? Or anything like else, any other habit that you would want to, that you're not doing yet and maybe you would want to do and reach because it's good for you or something?
I mean, I'm going to take that question and run in a different direction because I'm going to say I'm very excited about summer. And I'm hoping, I mean, common theme, but, and I'm hoping to like implement some like habits there because like, I don't know, like maybe go swimming every morning or something like that because I always miss this time of my life, but I have never put any effort into like regaining it back. But when I was doing my exams for my high school maturita exams, my friend and I, during the exam period, every morning she would come to my house. We would ride our bikes to the lake and we would go swimming and then we would come back and then we would do our day of studying. Yeah. But like that was our way of waking up early, doing something like good, fun, productive in the morning and waking us up and like then we could go into the studying part of it. And it was so nice because you would be up before everybody else was up. You would be by the lake before anybody else was by the lake. It was this beautiful like morning, this summer morning feeling. It was the most beautiful thing. And I really want to try to do something like that again this summer. I'm also going to be in Italy and everything. And I'm going to have stuff to do, obviously. But maybe throughout like the time that I am at home to like implement something like that in my day. Because that was so great. And I feel like it did me, like, it was really good for me, So something like that.
I just got like butterflies from thinking about summer. Because like... we're not supposed to, this is not the topic, but like summer is just for me, like I keep going back and forth between like being excited and not
but right
being
now
excited.
I'm really excited.
Me too, because like the thing is I don't have things certain yet. Like I don't know which dates, weeks I'm gonna do the summer camps. I also like have maybe another job, so I don't know how I'm gonna like mix those two. Nobody's replying to my internship emails. I messaged them once more, you know. Oh my God. And so I don't know how it's going to play out, but I think it's just going to be fine. And I'm just excited to go home and for everything. So I just need these exams to be done. I think that's also like...
Yeah, a hurdle.
Yeah, because we're like, we want to just get over...
We're so close, but so far away.
I know. And then one more point, because I remembered when you were... I don't know why, but when you were talking about the lake, I remembered... that we had a routine for exams last semester, remember? Like when we were studying, like we would always wake up.
We should do that again.
I mean, the thing is with these exams, I'm very like, I don't know how it's
Are we not going to study?
We do have to. No, maybe we should do something like that. Because the thing is, I don't have anything planned yet, but maybe we should do that.
I keep forgetting that they're even going to happen.
But like we had this routine where we would get up, we would study for a little bit, then...
It was fun, but so horrible.
Then I think I cooked lunch, I ate lunch, I went out for a walk, then we came back, we studied together again, then we did dinner, and then I think we also studied a little bit after dinner, and then we like watched a movie. Like we had a whole series that we were watching. We watched a movie. We were making bracelets, then we went to bed. We woke up and did the whole thing again for like 2 weeks.
That was horrible.
But it was horrible, but it was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Because we had the time set, like when we're gonna study. So I didn't feel like guilty when I went out for a walk for an hour, because I knew that we do have like these established hours when we're gonna study.
Yeah, for like studying for these type of things, love routines. Yeah. And like I will set up one and I will find joy in it.
Yeah. Every evening when it finally came down to making bracelets, we're like, we made it through the day.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it.
It is. It is it.
That is it. So, 3, 2, 1.
Book club.
So we don't have a lot to say about book club. Do you? Have you read? Have you been reading?
A little bit.
Wow.
I did not make significant I haven't gotten to another book though. Let's not get carried away. But I have read more than I did before.
Okay.
That was not a good sentence in terms of English, but it's fine. But I did make progress, and I'm starting to like get into the book more and the characters more, and I'm starting to like get into that mode of I really want to know what's happening next, which is making me happy because I have been looking for that.
Okay. I'm still reading
Still
Catcher
happy
in the
hour,
Rye.
by the way.
I'm still reading Catcher in the Rye as well. I still love it. I really love it so much. I'm almost at the end. I don't know why it took me so long to say that.
It's difficult. It's a difficult word.
Still love it. Still enjoying it. Honestly, like, I don't want to say it's my favorite book, but it might be. Like, I love the language and everything I'm highlighting. Like, even, like, paragraphs and stuff. I'm having the time of my life. So
I've never read it.
You should.
Yeah. I guess so. Once I get past this.
Yeah. And
other than that.
I didn't even watch anything.
No.
We watched one movie with Adela. It's called The Proposal. What are the names of it? Ryan Reynolds and I always forget her name.
Blake Lively?
No.
Oh.
The one from... No, I don't even know that. You know, it's fine. I don't remember.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm trying... No, I really don't know. Sorry. So it was a like classic. It's from 2009 and it was like a classic rom-com, you know. Adela wanted to watch something like that. I was working while watching, so it was fine, but nothing special.
All right. Yeah, me neither. I've just been watching Friends. That's all I do.
Okay, so let's move on to Song of the Week. Mm-hmm. What is your Song of the Week?
Well, I'm going to go back to the one that I wanted to say for last time, but then I forgot about it and then I said another one. But it's Bad Omens by 5 Seconds Summer.
Oh, I don't know if I know that one.
You don't know that one?
Maybe I do.
I think you
just don't know by the name.
I feel like it's one of the most like well-known ones off of that album.
Okay.
So I feel like you would know it.
Okay.
Because I rediscovered it. I realized, because when we were buying the tickets for the concert, in the morning, I woke up and I listened to their music to like hype me up for the fight. It didn't help. I didn't get the tickets, but it's fine. I mean, you did, thankfully. And then that song came on and I was like, this is a masterpiece. So that one.
Okay. Mine is Wonderland from Seafret. I couldn't decide last week which I'm going to do. So I was like, I'm going to save it for Thursday in the end. I mean, it is Thursday, but the next week. I love that one because they came out with a new album. It's called Wonderland, the album, right?
Yeah.
And we were listening to it when we were coming home from where?
The book event. My dad's book event? I think so.
Possible.
I remember being exhausted.
Yeah. And I didn't know. I think I just opened Spotify and I saw it there or something. And we were like, okay, let's listen to it. And then we were like, oh, this is a good one. Oh, this is really...
It's really
good one again.
It's really good.
So we were listening to it, and now I'm obsessed with that song. I still need to listen to the whole album again because now I just saved the song and I'm listening to it all over again. So 100% recommend.
There we go.
Amazing.
There we go.
Okay, now for my punishment.
4. I thought you were going to win this one. In the beginning, you were winning, and I was like, I cannot do another Spanish translation. I cannot. It was Orange Juice
by
Noah Kahan. Mm-hmm. I was really hoping you wouldn't make me pronounce his last name. Against The Kind of Love We Make by Luke Combs, something like that. Mm-hmm. And I won. So. I don't know if this is going to work, but I had the idea the other day where I took 3 words from the Orange Juice song, and I'm going to give them to you in German. And then you need to tell me what you think they mean.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
And I tried to take some that sound kind of similar, maybe to some language that you do know.
We'll see.
Okay. The first one is Orangensaft or Orangenjus. Oh, yeah. I'm going to give them to you in German, and Swiss German.
Okay.
Orangensaft, Orangenjus.
I mean, there's an orange for sure. Is it an orange or an orange juice?
Orange juice.
It's the name of this.
Yes.
Song.
There we go. Then Fremder. Fremde.
Fremde. I don't know. Wait. I have no idea.
Stranger.
Huh. No.
And this one, again, should be more similar to English, I think. And it's grab.
Grab? So is it to take something? Like grab?
Oh, that's good. No. It's a noun. Sorry. I can tell you it's a noun.
Okay.
They're all nouns.
Grab. Is it a glass? If it's a song named Orange Juice, maybe.
The first 3 letters are the same in English.
Grain, group, wait, it has to be gra? Wait, so grass?
No.
Grab. I don't know.
Gray.
A noun, gray. I have no
It's
idea.
grave.
Oh. Okay.
I was like, you're so...
That did not come to my head.
You're so close.
No, because I don't... maybe I have to listen to that song and listen to the lyrics because I'm like, oranges must be such happy.
True. No, it's not that happy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Well done.
Well, I did 1 out of 3, but it's okay. But it was a cool idea.
Thank
I really
you.
like that.
I'm really trying. It came to me in the middle of the night.
I mean, honestly, I'm not even mad I'm losing because, it has to be difficult to come up with stuff. So.
It is, honestly. It was easier when I could just sit here and be like...
Yeah. But next week, I know I won this Monday, but... I'm very confused as to, with the schedule.
You won
what
this
is
Monday?
connected.
So tomorrow I'll have to...
Is it? Or was that another one, after I do?
No. No, tomorrow. Because this one is in between.
So close to each other?
Well, because we're recording. We're recording.
Okay.
Technically this would have been last Saturday, and then the one we're recording tomorrow would be on Saturday, so that there would be.
It's crazy.
It's okay. We're holding on.
Okay. So thank you for listening. Mm-hmm. Let us know if you like routines or not, because I'm honestly genuinely interested how much people are or are not implementing routines in their lives.
If you have some good ideas for routines, let us know. I could use some.
Anything. Yeah, and we'll be here again tomorrow.
We will.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
If you want to get in touch, you can find all of our information in the description below.